7 deadly sins.
Number 1, what are you greedy about?
Credit.
You bad credit.
No, and this is something that I am totally self-aware about, and even still, and I feel like that's the most important character trait, is if you're going to be a shitty person in some regard, at least acknowledge that, hey, I'm not the best at this. I really struggle with working really hard on something and then letting someone else come in and slap their name on it. Kind of like being the group project guy that does the group project. And then
I hate that so much because I'm always that person in the group projects that's like, let's get this shit done. There's always some motherfucker that just sits back.
So I think we're at like minute 39 and we've probably spent 29 talking about how I'm type A. So like you can see how that would really bother me.
But because you're an entrepreneur now, what situations does that happen with?
You know, I'm not
You
even...
can call people out. Full names.
Yeah, I'm sure we would love that for the sake of the podcast. I love all of my friends equally. Nah, I'm not even going to get into it, but like it's definitely something that I struggle with.
Yeah.
So I'm still
But do you make
working
sure
on
that you give people their credit where credit's due?
100%.
Yeah, because I think that goes like karma's a good circle.
For example, let's circle back. I am not the designer for Sean Alexander underwear. I'm the face. They're using my name, and I'm in charge of marketing and getting these sold.
It's a beautiful design, by the way.
My brother is the one that did the logo, the design. He put up the website, set up the payment processing. I mean, he really is like the brain, and I'm sitting here. I'm big buff Pinky.
The second you think that you can do everything,
did you get that Pinky and the Brain reference, please?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, yeah, I get it. You're Pinky. He's a brain. That was good.
Thanks.
I give you credit where credit's due. I do.
She's quick. She's got jokes.
She got jokes. I do.
She got funny voices.
Hey, let's keep the funny to the funny person right now.
All right.
I do think that credit is something that, like, once you understand that you can't do it all, you just like believe in yourself, and the second you think that you can do it all, and that's when like you don't go that far. I've learned that like even in this podcast, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for other people who knew how to do shit that I didn't know how to do, and I knew I didn't know how to do it. I
think that's a super important character trait as well, like knowing when to bow out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the best at administrative work.
Yeah. I could tell.
Excel, it's quite scary to me. Like I'm on spreadsheets.
I actually hate logistics. Like I'm like, someone make this happen, and I'll give you the bigger concept idea.
So I think one thing that's definitely led to a huge portion of any success that I've had so far has been saying, I'm not good at this. Let me find somebody who is. Let me find somebody who is a master at this, consult them on what they would do, and then go find someone else that I can employ to get that job done. So like. Being able to be a master delegator.
Oh, yeah.
Not master baiter, master delegator.
Yeah, and once you can teach people to do stuff like you do, that's how you talked about expanding. That's how you expand quickly, is when you can teach people how to do what you do.
Still working on that part as well. I mean, it's an ongoing process.
There's a good quote. I'm probably going to fuck it up, but it's like, if you want to do something fast, do it alone. If you want something to go far and well, that's not that quote, but do it with others.
Yeah.
And I really do believe that, because you can not delegate and like get your shit done and it's just you. But if you want to create a fucking monster and take over the world, not with like a monster, but I don't know. It's been a long day. Next thing.
What is your favorite quote? I'm going to interview you for a second.
What is my favorite quote? I do.
Yeah, like a quote or a passage that you have memorized, like a mantra maybe.
Even when it's raining, the hoop is always there. It's a basketball reference.
I was thinking hula hoop, and I was like, I don't understand.
You are very dumb.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. You're actually not dumb at all.
I think that like would be much better suited with a visual of like a basketball goal.
I come from a basketball family, so I always love. My dad would always use basketball metaphors for like life, and I love the idea that like even when shit seems horrible and dark and like fucked up, you might not see it, but the hoop is still there. Like you can still score. Like basically that even when you're depressed and shit, the hoop's actually still there.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
I thought that would go over better with you.
No, I appreciate that.
As an athlete.
I mean, I was a gymnast. I didn't have like the hand-eye coordination.
One thing, whenever I see Sean, I'm going to make him do this later. On my Insta story, I always make him do a flip for me because I think it's awesome.
Yeah, backflips are like really cheap, easy entertainment. Like it takes maybe a day and a half to learn.
Yeah. Wait, you could teach me?
Oh, easy. I've taught maybe like 50 people.
I have a very long torso.
if you are at all an athlete and you can do a box jump, up onto a chair.
Oh, I'm good at box jumps.
Yeah, no, we can crush a backflip. No
okay,
doubt.
go to my Instagram and you'll see me learn it. What are you gluttonous about? Do you know what gluttonous means?
I mean, I
what
think
do you
that's some type of
overindulge in?
I think that's like a pastry, isn't it?
What do you overindulge in? That's like
what do
the
I
thing
overindulge in?
that makes people shit.
Okay, there are these there are these homemade fig bars like they get sold at a deli 2 blocks up from mine. I buy these 25 at a time.
Why are fig bars so high in calories? Like, I feel so fucked up because when I was little, I was like, figs, healthy. A fig bar is like one little fig bar is 60 calories for a little fucking fig
Maybe
Newton.
we shouldn't get into fitness because I'm going to sit here and talk for the next 16 minutes about dieting, but let's just
It's the quality of the calories, not the quantity. I know.
Yeah, don't misconstrue healthy as in line with weight loss or building muscle. Like, just because something falls under the category healthy does not mean that it is in line with your goals.
I love that.
Salads are healthy, date bars are healthy, but you can't be trying to get a 6-pack eating date bars 10 times a day.
And too much of anything's bad.
Except for water, you can kind of get about as much as you want. I mean, don't drown, but but water is, yeah, go nuts.
So when was the last time you experienced extreme wrath?
Extreme wrath?
Besides punching the door when you lost
I just
your
want to go back to
Instagram.
that door. It was a really thin door, so like it was very easy for my fist to have
you're
gone through.
a fucking huge dude. Like, you
It
probably
was like
punched
2
it
pieces
pretty
of
hard.
cardboard with like corrugated cardboard.
You're a monster.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were angry?
I think probably trying to share credit and like realizing that, hey, I feel like I've done a disproportionately larger amount of work here, and I feel like the credit was not spread evenly, and so I got really frustrated with that. And it's like, am I justified in feeling that way? Maybe, but is it an appropriate reaction
Dealing
for me
with
to really...
partners is tough.
Yeah, so it's like, look, rather than allow myself to feel justified in being annoyed that I feel like I did more and got less credit, I'm just going to work on my own feeling. I can't change what happened. I can't change other people.
Life is about how you
It's not
respond.
what happens, it's how you react. Exactly.
It's how you react.
So for me, it's like, look, let me just work on being less of a jealous person in that regard. I'm going to try to bow out to credit. Like, let me just work hard and
I still, like, in the back of my head, think you're talking about your credit score.
No, but like, sharing the pride in
it is a little bit of ego. But
so I'm just trying to suppress the ego.
Yeah, suppress your ego.
Suppress
your
is the wrong
ego's
word,
not
though.
your
Like,
amigo.
My ego
That's
is not my amigo.
my second favorite
I
quote.
like that.
What was I was gonna say how I forget.
What's your favorite book that you've ever read?
Oh.
Okay, like I want books and or other things that have like really.
It's so
Okay, you think about it. I'm gonna give my top 3 real quick.
Yeah. If you want, are you one of those people that ask me a question just so you can answer the question?
No, I really want you to think about your books.
Okay, you tell me your books.
Hannah, would you rather tell me your books first?
No, I don't read.
Cute.
I don't read.
No, that's totally cool. Like honestly, I've only gotten into reading just recently over the last 2 years.
I just learned how to read 2 weeks ago.
No, I mean, I've really only gotten into it in the last like 3 years.
Have you heard this thing called books? They're fucking awesome, bro. You can pick them up and put them down.
It's,
Tell me your book, sweetheart.
Okay. So, The Richest Man in Babylon, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and Think and Grow Rich.
What is it?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
What is the second one?
How to Win Friends and Influence People by
Do you
Dale
think
Carnegie.
that reading these kind of self-help books actually helps you?
Yes.
Cool.
Without a doubt.
I think I want to read the second one.
Okay, so let me ask you. I mean, do you feel like that whenever you study up on anything at all and actually try to brush up on it, you become better at it?
I personally love buying self-help books and then not reading them. Like, I will go to Barnes & Noble or wherever the fuck, and I will buy all the self-help books. Be like, I'm be great. And then I get home and I'm like, I'm too lazy to read that shit.
See, so whenever you start reading the books, your mindset changes. Like, I'm just reading these books in order to change myself so that I can adapt to different
I
circumstances.
love that.
As
You're going to be such a catch when you're 29.
when I'm 29, she says.
Yeah, you have a lot to learn.
Exactly. That's why I keep reading books.
Exactly. One thing I wanted to say, though, about how you react to situations is because I'm type A, and I was an athlete, I was grown with a lot of criticism. Like every time after a match, there's always criticism. So I learned that to get better, you have to be critical of yourself. So I thought that when something happened and being hard on myself, I was being good. Like that's how you get great. And then one day I realized, oh, if you're just compassionate to yourself, it's not like you're being less like successful. You're just actually caring for yourself. And you know when you've done wrong. You don't have to fucking yell at yourself. You know when you fucked up. But it's about coping with situations with compassion rather than being angry at yourself.
So I think a lot of people have not figured that out. Like you're obviously
I recently figured it out.
So I think the reason that I might have figured that out is I just started reading books that basically told me all these things that are those like duh
like,
moments.
But yeah, it is a dumb moment. But like they're like, oh, don't hate yourself. It's like, oh, I don't hate myself. And then a little thing will happen. Like your boss will tell you to redo something, and you're like, you fucking idiot. How did you not do that right? But instead, go, you know what, Hannah? You tried hard. Learn from what you didn't like. Continue, and your day goes so much better.
So much better. No, so it's that's what you read the books for. And it was like I just decided what areas can I study up on that will have the most lasting positive impact on myself? Like
what areas do you think?
So I figured financial literacy would be a huge one. I need to be able to manage money and make it grow. Just because money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys ease of life and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, look, if I want to be able to just do the things that I want to do and be in a position where I can do these charitable events and give backs, I have to be selfish for myself to some degree. So let me be financially literate and like read books on how to save money and accumulate wealth. How to deal with people. Like I'm not the intellectual guy. Obviously, pre-cal and calculus and like you're
not book smart.
That wasn't my thing. And even still, like I crushed anatomy in the classes that I enjoyed, like chemistry, biology.
I mean, the fact you're reading impresses me. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I forgot the camera. Yeah. I'm like, tell me about it.
No, so it was like I basically determined I need to be as good with people as I can be, and that means reading up on these things that I already knew, like okay, maintain good eye contact. If you're in a bad mood, force yourself to smile. Like literally force a cheeky fake smile. Hold that sucker for a minute. You're not gonna be in a bad mood.
That must look so weird if
sucks.
people are watching you.
But these are little things that you learn, and it's like, look, I have control over.
Think about school.
My emotions now.
We don't learn those things. Like no one told me how to cope with my emotions. Are you playing footsie with me?
Oh, that was my knee, but yeah.
I liked it.
Sweet.
No, but in school, no one talks to you about like how to deal with your emotions, how to deal with the negative voices in your head, how to cope with dark times. We're talking about science and math and English, which is important, but mental health is so much more important than those things to an extent. Like gym class, great. Can we have a gym class for our mind? That's why I think that the fact that you've done therapy from a young age is pretty awesome. You've asked me what my favorite quote is. What's your favorite quote?
It comes from one of the books. So if you want to like, give me an LOL on that one, like obviously you could have probably seen that one coming.
LOL.
Thank you. No, so my favorite quote comes from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it's called The Self-Confidence Formula on page 42. So yeah, I've probably like opened that book a handful of times.
Cute.
And so it's a 5-step process that, I basically, whenever I was 19, printed it out, had it taped to my mirror, and I read it out loud every single day. And I had 10 short-term goals, 10 long-term goals, and then 5 attributes about myself that I did not feel like I was up to par with that I needed to work on. So like one of those I remember was like, I need to be better in the face of criticism. I need to stop biting my nails. Like it was just random things, but like, it was as vast as being better in the face of criticism and stop biting my fingernails, which by the way, like I feel like I've improved the criticism thing, but my nails are still just fuck all. Like they're horrible. So, but the quote goes, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others, and I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all of humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like
my heart
astounded.
is racing right now.
I'm astounded that
I was really
you've
nervous that I
memorized all
couldn't
that.
remember
I know,
that.
you're so cute.
Like that's like on the spot. But yeah, so
Thanks for making my quote look like shit.
Also, I just want to say, like, I don't have a whole lot of other quotes on tap. Like, so like if you ever ask me on the street,
is that your party
like,
trick? You're like, hey, check out this quote.
Hey, I'm gonna quote this shit while I do a backflip right now, and you're all gonna be wet by the end of this.
Well,
so.
now, yeah, all the dudes watching. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Now that I feel super inspired, I have one last question for you for our 7 deadly sins.
Yes, you can take
When
me on a
was the
date.
last time you lusted over somebody?
Right now.
That's what I want you to say. I test people at the end, and some people don't
This
say
sound
me.
check guy is giving me eyes this whole time.
With that said, Sean, I want to thank you so much for burning in hell with me. You've opened up about some of your demons and given some really great advice. Everyone, follow Sean at Sean_Alexander.
No, Sean Alexander with 2 R's.
Oh.
No underscores, no numbers.
Ignore that my underscore comment.
Couple letters.
If you want to see his thirst traps for your spank bank, and
why? I
until
don't
next
like
time.
nothing. I love that, but you stay classy, New York City. Like,
bye.